do very briefly is say what Code for America is, what Code for San Francisco is, and how we work together, and then ask if there are any questions about that. And then we're going to go around really quickly, say why you're here, what you're interested in like 20 seconds, what your name is, maybe favorite flavor of ice cream. I'm a big fan of that one. And then we will go forward. And this week I'm going to leave it up to you to make a personal connection with someone, whether that's a fellow new attendee or someone who has been here before, which is everybody who's not here in this section. Because that is probably the most important thing that we can all do. Many of us are here because we wanted to meet people, or because we wanted to meet people who are specifically interested in something that matters. I don't know, hope no one here works for a photo filter app company, but that's usually the example I use for something that doesn't matter as much. This is affecting people's access to the internet, or whether someone can search for social services because we're creating a data standard for it, or whether sfhomelesswiki.net is updated with current information, or whether it's usable. Lots of things to do, lots of skills needed. So Code for America is an organization. It's a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization. They are headquartered here. They have multiple programs. Thank you so much. Here, I'll take it up here. Actually, there's best. Thank you.
The whole U.S. is headquartered here.
The whole world is headquartered here. Yeah.
Jesse, can I ask, do you guys have international projects?
We, as Code for San Francisco, do not.
Right.
And so this is an important distinction between Code for San Francisco and Code for America. Code for America has employees. Code for San Francisco does not. So I'm a volunteer. I have a day job. I work at a startup. I'm a product manager. And on Wednesday nights and lots of weekends and other times during the week when I'm not checking Facebook, which is awful. I'm working on this. This is my project. So you all may have a project. The Brigade is my project.
And your name?
Pardon?
Your name?
Jesse. So, again, Code for America has a fellowship program. The deadline is today to apply, if you're interested.
5 p.m.
Deadline is passed. It may be 5 p.m. I don't know. It's midnight. Cool. Deadline is midnight. You can say you've attended a Brigade meeting.
Wait, what is that for?
That's a year of going to, of working with a city in the United States to improve something of theirs.
Wow.
Super cool. If you are motivated to do that, you get paid maybe 50 or 60K, something like that. You get to travel there multiple times. You get to present, work with stakeholders. Super cool opportunity. You have till midnight. Apparently, maybe, yes. If you are interested in that at all, apply. Do it. Don't question it, just do it. If you make it and make it all the way, then make the decision about whether you actually want to do it, but apply.
So you have 2 jobs now? You work for that startup and for Code for San Francisco?
So Code for San Francisco, we're volunteers.
Yeah.
And I guess I work for us. I volunteer a lot. I put many hours of volunteering.
No, because you said if you accepted, you can make 50,000.
Oh, that's for the Code for America Fellowship.
Oh, fellowship.
Yeah. So Code for America, again, has multiple programs. One of them is the fellowships program. They have accelerator companies as well. Those are housed upstairs. They also have the Brigades program. Brigades are local chapters, all volunteers, doing a similar thing, but on a hyperlocal level. So we are the hyperlocal Code for America chapter. We work in San Francisco. There's one in Oakland, there's one in San Jose. Greg is here from San Jose. A bunch of other folks here from San Jose. Welcome. Thank you for attending.
And you're sponsored by who?
Pardon?
You're sponsored by which company?
Sponsored by Microsoft, and we're in talks with a few others.
Oh, okay. Well, Microsoft pretty big.
Microsoft is real big, and they have been fantastic sponsors. So, Code for San Francisco, again, volunteers. It is important that you understand that everything here has been driven by someone, whether that's a core team member or someone who's attending for the first time. There are no restrictions. Don't discriminate. Don't be violent. This is a safe space. Those are the rules. Everything else, the world is your oyster. The city is your oyster. If you are motivated and push yourself and push others around you to affect change, to achieve something, awesome, we are here to support you, 100%. If you want to socialize, totally cool as well. If you want to meet people, fantastic. Meeting people is the backbone of our civilization.
Do you guys then have contacts with like local civic organizations? I guess we have a lot of them.
Definitely.
Who should we talk to if we need help with that?
It depends on what you're working on.
Okay.
Yeah. So Julio is our community organizer. So if you're interested in connections with a specific organization, my recommendation is to reach out to them directly. But if you are not sure who you're looking to reach out to, I'd probably talk to Julio. Yeah. But again, so that's like the self-motivation part, right? So if you know you want to talk to someone at St. Anthony's, just check out St. Anthony's online. Here's the contact information. Send them an email. We're all about whether we will empower, you are empowered here to do whatever you want to take action on your concept, your idea. So
yeah, it's just that because I've been talking to a lot of nonprofits and they don't really help each other in terms of existing relationships, and that could really help a lot. So that's why I was asking about if you guys already have those.
Yeah. Sorry, Lawrence runs it. Lawrence runs an organization. He announced it. Civic Makers. He was over there.
Right.
Technically, they would be a competing organization to this one. However, they're doing awesome stuff, and so we are all about building everybody up. A rising tide lifts all ships.
And we've also, there's a Latino organization that we partner with that wants to do kind of a reminder text messaging service for their clients. And we've also reached out to the women's building and they're like, hey, if you build that, we could use that. And all of a sudden it's reaching out to one organization also offers, hey, this is another service that we could, they can reuse or repurpose in whatever that organization needs it to. So one thing we can do, if you know of an organization, we can talk. We can even go meet together with them, depending on time and scheduling, but we're open to almost anything.
Is there a list of all the different projects that's going on right now?
Right, you bet. codeforsanfrancisco.org/projects. If you do not have an internet-connected device, then we can help out with that, probably.
So we can post the project?
Yeah, please do. codeforsanfrancisco.org/projects. That's tonight. That is probably the second best way to figure out what's going on. The best way to figure out what's going on is just to walk around and talk to people who look like they're working on something.
Wow, where have you been all my life? And so this is a great organization. If you can post project freely, and this is great.
So down the road, how do we get our projects on?
Great question. We add it to a Google spreadsheet. But realistically, your project progresses past the I've got an idea into the I'm working on it with hopefully a couple people. Maybe you've built an MVP, minimum viable product, something that someone can use. Maybe you're progressing you are progressing steadily towards that, I should say. It doesn't have to be quick. Ideally it is, but maybe it's not. You have a community partner. So if your project is an app to help people connect to the nearest, not an app, I guess that would be a service to connect people to free internet-enabled computers. Well, not Wi-Fi hotspots, but actual computers, because they don't have one, they don't have a smartphone. Then you would ideally engage someone, maybe that's internetforall.com, if that was a thing. And
Public library.
Right. If you are thinking about building for the more heavily tech among you, if you're thinking about building a utility of some sort, something that facilitates a process for the government, let's say, or let's say you want to start a small business really quickly, website, something.
Who'd you connect with?
Right, so we would connect with the Office of Economic and Workforce Development specifically on that. So that would be the equivalent of a community partner. If you want to do a data visualization, for those who know what that is, then
the project belongs to Tech for Good.
Pardon?
Then the project belongs to Tech for Good if you post the project.
So Tech for Good is one of our partners. They don't sort of own anything. They aggregate events and try to promote them. We are one of their associated events, but we're definitely an independent organization. And we don't own anything either.
Okay.
Everything should ideally be open source as much as possible. But we're here to support you in your endeavors. Cool. With that, I'd like to open it up for questions, because then I'm going to go facilitate a discussion.
To each other, come up with something, and go from there.
So if you don't see a project that you want to do, and you don't have a project of your own,
No, I have a project of my own.
that's awesome.
Then I post.
If you are not in that group, though, if you do not have a project of your own, and you do not see a project you want to work on, then I suggest that people meet back here.
Next week.
No, today, to think about what are we all interested in. Ask yourselves, what do you do for a living? Or what are your functional specializations, perhaps? Because what you do for a living may not be 100% satisfying, and that's okay. How can you work together? What issues are you interested in? Issues we found are really important for bringing people together. Just start talking, have a conversation. Even if you don't produce anything tonight, you've created a connection, and that's often enough to bring you back here and help create something for next week or the week after. So with that, my name is Jesse. I will be in that room, but I'll be leading a discussion, so you're welcome to come sit in and participate, listen, whatever.
And there's also one more group, which is 3D mapping San Francisco. If you have 3D kind of mapping skills, we're also looking for that.
Cool. Does anyone have any questions?
Where's Lawrence's group?
Julio, where's Lawrence's group sitting?
Over here. You can come on down with me.
Okay.
Are they they're in the
The little
Perfect.
bakery.
Yeah.